created. Self-conscious about the song, maybe my flow is outdated. Everyone's opinionated.
Hey kiddies, enjoy this sneak preview of premium content available to our Patreon members. Let us know what you think and spread the word. We'll see you on the next one.
I'm all inside their heads like a lobotomy. Woo! I love the culture, so I'll probably never quit it. Committed since 86, you can tell by how I spit it. Been in it more than a minute, and my love is not diminished. Dig it, if it has a limit, I won't hit it till I'm finished. Nope. And if I give it half of what it gave me, maybe I can claim to have contributed, however insignificant.
And for my listeners, my guess is not white, but was she? Was she white?
She was black.
Oh, okay, interesting. And I'm just curious why she was so focused on your race then.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I've arrested before, they
focus on your race.
Yeah, even if they're most of the time it's only other black people.
Right.
And they call me Uncle Tom's and all this and that. I'm like, you know Uncle Tom was a hero. He saved more slaves than Harriet Tubman did, but I guess.
Why do you think that is? I mean, you being black, like, do other people in your family feel that way about law enforcement? And if not, then why are these people constantly levying this accusation against you?
No, my family really doesn't, even though, let's see. So I grew up with a dad. He was a Roman 60 Crip, in and out of prison his whole life. Mm-hmm. My mom was a prostitute. Only time I ever seen her was Sundays when her pimp would let her come home. And me and my siblings, the only time we ate was at lunch or breakfast and lunch at school.
Who raised you?
Say again?
Who raised you?
Our grandparents, but they're not blood related by any means.
Just some good folks who stepped up?
Yeah, pretty much. And the way that we met them was a crazy story. Mm-hmm. One day I was still in diapers. I think I was like 2 or 3 years old. I was out running in these apartments that we used to live in off of can't remember.
In Dallas.
But, yeah, it was in Dallas somewhere. And I was just running around these apartments. This older lady, she backed up on her way to work. She thought she hit me. So she pulled back in, looked around, didn't see me. So she went knocking on every single apartment door until she found me. And
what were the circumstances surrounding her thinking she had hit you? Like
she seen me running.
And then didn't see you.
Yeah.
What? Why was that the natural conclusion? Like, I must have run over this little fucking black kid with diapers. Like, was there a bump? Did she hit something else or?
She just didn't see me pop out or anything.
That is quite the jump to be like, well, this little black boy was there 1 second, now he's not. Must have fucking hit him. All right. All right. So she's knocking on doors trying to find you or your family.
And she finally found us. She got to my mom's door. My grandma was supposed to be watching this, but my grandma was a pill popper. She was high off her mind, and so gets to our door, knocks on the door. My grandma opens it, and she's talking, and then all of a sudden, I just run up to the door with her, and she was like, "That's him! That's who I thought I hit!" And then it goes on, so forth and so about, and then that's pretty much how they started watching this one from the get go.
Just kind of pitched in and helped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your parents, not huge parts of your life?
No, not by any.
All right. And was it a situation where like the older kids were watching the younger kids? I mean, how do you survive when your parents are gone, your grandmother's popping pills, and it's just you and a bunch of kids running around the house, basically, parentless? I mean, how do you survive? How do you eat? How do you go to school? How do you live? How do you sleep?
That's pretty much what it is, just taking care of one another.
Just kind of fending for yourselves, right? Survival of the fittest, almost.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does it enter your fucking head that you want to be a cop?
I know it's a super, super cliche thing to say, but the lady that raised us, I've always said, ever since I was a kid, I've always wanted to become a cop. I don't know what it is. I can call her right now. I'll ask her, hey, when I was younger, what did I always say I wanted to be? I don't know what it is.
She's like, firefighter. We knew you were fucking gay from the minute, from the start, right? We knew you were fucking homosexual. You didn't even have to tell. You said, Daddy, I want to be a fighter. We knew right there and then that you like penis. No, okay, but was it a significant event? Was it somebody you saw or looked up to or, anything like that?
I'm pretty sure it was just the cars, maybe. just the red and blue flashing lights, and then like the TV show Cops, all that stuff.
Just something you always gravitated towards.
Yeah.
Even in the face of kind of your parents being engaged in this criminal activity and stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
And it just blows my mind because all these younger generation, they always blame the government or police for their actions and consequences. And I always tell them, like, I always try to connect with them. I'm like, hey, I grew up, my dad was a gangbanger. He was a Rolling 60 Crip out of LA. Like, he was legit one. And my mom was a prostitute. I was like, they're acting bad or upset with their parents or stepdad or stepmom, whoever the case may be, just because they ask them to clean their room or wash the dishes. I'm like, I'd kill to have a family that y'all have. Like,
right.
Y'all
I wish my parents were here to nag me about the dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, they have cars that, like, 15, like, and it ain't no beaters. Like, when I got pulled over, they got better cars than that. So it just blows my mind, and it irritates me that one thing my grandpa always told us, the one that raised us before he passed away, one thing that, and I lived off of this, but he told me, he's like, you got a finger pointing at them saying that they did it, but you got 3 pointing back at you, saying that you did it. Just take responsibility for your own actions. So that's
unless you really did it.
Yeah.
Unless you really did it. I mean, you can't be like, you robbed that bank, Bob. You're like, no, it was pretty much all you. Okay, bringing it back for a second. And when people or other black folks levy accusations of Uncle Tom or being a traitor, I wish you could, in your profession, stop and be like, motherfucker, you have no idea who you're talking to. And so for all of the, because we've had guests in here who have the same issue, for all the complaining that the public does about, well, law enforcement treats us, all black people or all Latinos the same, right? They treat us the same, and you're just doing X, Y, and Z because I'm black. Aren't you doing exactly what you're complaining about to fucking us? You see one uniform, one color, somebody said, like, oh, they don't see me as black or brown or Latino or yellow or whatever. They just see me as blue. So fuck you, right?
Yep.
I wish you could scream at them. That's not me. I didn't come from privilege, and I don't have any privilege. I'm just like you, except I'm not a fucking dumbass. I made something of myself. I changed. I rose above. Isn't that the message? Shouldn't we all strive to rise above?
Yeah.
Any opportunity to communicate that to some of the younger folks you serve, or interactions, or?
Oh yeah, I tell them all the time. I don't have. Back in the day, I had shame on my upcoming. I didn't want to tell everybody my mom was a prostitute and my dad was a jailbird. But growing up, ever since I've grown up now, I don't have any shame in it no more, because that's their lives. That's not mine.
Well, it's a point of pride now, it seems to me.
Yeah, because it's something I came from.
And you're not, and that you didn't fall into.
Yep, and that's the thing. I could have easily taken charge into coming a gangbanger with my dad and going out in the streets, or I knew my mom's pimp on a first name basis. I could have been easily out pimping females with him and flipping money.
Although, I don't really see him being very particularly good at that. Like, listen, Janice, I'm gonna last chance, okay? I do need my money, all right? Look, I don't want to be the bad guy here, but please, okay? Do you need some money?